Hello and welcome to part 4 of our 7-part series about the traits of people who are targeted by narcissists. The other 3 traits that we have already covered, and they're going to be linked below this video, are conscientiousness, hyper-empathy, and the last one we just did, cooperativeness. This one is on optimism, and after this, the final 3 that will follow include fear of failure, hyper-attachment, and sentimentality. So today, optimism. Now let me be clear, optimism is a great trait to have. It makes you more resilient. It makes you more obviously optimistic. It makes you more positive, which helps to deal with adversity and life's changes, whether they're gradual or sudden. You just have this inner resourcefulness that helps you to get back on your feet and keep going. It's a wonderful thing to have. It also gives you a sense of hopefulness that things are going to get better, that things are getting better. And so it makes it easier to keep getting up in the morning and face the day. But optimism can also be a very significant vulnerability, especially if you're in a relationship with a narcissist. And this is what I want to talk to you today about. So narcissists love optimists. Let's start there, because they affirm their grandiosity. And as you probably know, grandiosity is like top 1 trait when you read about the DSM diagnostic criteria of who narcissists are. They have a sense of grandiosity. It's the same for psychopaths and for other people who are on the cluster B spectrum. So they feel they're better than others. It's a superiority thing, right? So when they couple with an optimist, whether it's whether it's a personal relationship or even this can happen at work, the optimists tend to sort of lean in and affirm that, yeah, you are amazing, you can do this, I believe in you. So which is everything the narcissist wants to hear. And if the trait is deeply rooted in the optimist, which it generally is, then it becomes unwavering, which is incredibly attractive for a narcissist. Optimists will listen to narcissist stories also about achieving this great success and affirm it, but they will also console them when a narcissist experiences injury. So they're going to go in and they're going to say, well, this was ridiculous. You should have gotten the prize or the award. You're amazing. Don't worry. You're going to do better next time, and so on. So it kind of works on both sides. It can prop the narcissist up, whether they're already in this state of superiority or if they have fallen down into more of like a depressive state. Narcissists are drawn to optimists also because of their resilience that they have as a result of this optimism. What this means is that when the optimist is being abused by a narcissist, the optimist would generally make a litany of excuses to themselves and to others in the tune of, well, he's just having a bad day. We shouldn't judge him on this, or she really didn't mean this. You should really give her another chance, or just give her the opportunity to show you how great she really is, right? The problem is it's a cycle. So this is the cycle when the narcissist comes in to sort of apologize. Usually it's not heartfelt, although they do apologize, and they usually make a big fuss about it. But then they're going to go back and do it again, and then do it again, and then do it again. And the optimist, will keep personalizing it and thinking that maybe I should be more optimistic, maybe I should be more positive, and it can just continue on and on like that to exhaustion. Optimists are also more prone to believing that narcissists can change because they have this positive outlook about the world that, people are just good deep inside. Everyone is good, everybody wants well, and everyone means well, which of course is usually the first downfall we experience when we awaken to the truth that isn't the case. So, but optimists especially have almost this kind of, they live in a bit of a denial until they're bitten by the vampire. They may even believe that they're the ones to help the narcissist heal their past wounds that the narcissist loves bringing up, and achieve the success that is due to them. And of course, that isn't true. Nobody can heal the wounds that any of us has. We are the ones who have to do this. And also when it comes to helping them achieve the success and keeping them up and propping them up, unfortunately, gradually, oftentimes, optimists are the people who usually end up doing the dirty work for the narcissist. And they will use the positive thinking in a way that keeps them stuck in abusive relationships for far too long. In this sense, their optimism will blind them to seeing the red flags until they're so entrenched in the relationship or so trauma bonded that when they're blamed for not trying hard enough to be optimistic and positive or challenging the narcissist, God forbid, they believe this. They take on the blame and then try harder, again, perpetuating the cycle. And they will do that. And they will continue giving second, third, 10 chances until they break. I mean, in the consultations that I do with my clients, I hear stories that go on for years. It's obvious in the beginning, but the person they want to believe that it's not what it looks like, but they want to believe in a fantasy, and so then they perpetuate the relationship. It goes on. And of course, if they begin to separate themselves because they are learning, they're realizing that it's just that there's got to be a problem here, it's not healthy, then the narcissist finds a way to one more time hijack their optimism and make them feel like, okay, this time around it's going to be better. An optimistic person may fall into the denial about what this relationship really is. This is usually what happens. They will become resistant to the fact that narcissists don't change, and she may even tell herself and others that this person is just having a really hard time and is being judged unfairly. So this is to summarize what I've just said earlier. And here is what I suggest on how we can deal with this. Good idea is to aim for balance. I don't mean going the other way and turning pessimistic and looking at the world as, just full of crooks and people who want to one-up you and take advantage of you and hurt you. But to sort of set aside the optimism for a minute, and by realizing that it's a reality filter. It's a form of perception that, like all perceptions, like all filters, can sometimes be erroneous. It colors reality. It doesn't necessarily reflect it. And detaching from our optimism from time to time can be a really good idea in that sense. Maybe not everyone is who we wish they were. It's something good to note and remember. And by knowing all this, we can learn to exercise much more caution and discernment in our relationship, which is really important. And this goes both for personal and for professional relationships. It's very good to learn about the red flags and use this knowledge whenever you sense that you may need this. And you usually will feel it in your body. It's usually very subtle, but you feel that something is off. Listen to it, reevaluate the red flags, watch more videos, make a list maybe for yourself so you can quickly look it up and then listen to your intuition. And do not stop being optimistic. It can actually help you heal and feel much better after you've experienced the pain from being hurt by a narcissist. And the same goes for being conscientious and for being empathic and for being cooperative, which is what we've already talked about. These are wonderful traits to be nurtured, but you have to treat them like, very special things to give to people who really deserve it, right? These are your treasures. These are your gems. And yeah, so don't stop being optimistic. Keep shining your light. The world needs it. And if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up, share it with the people who may need this, and keep moving forward and believing in yourself. So thank you for your time. I hope this information was useful, and I wish you all the best on your journey back to your wonderful, optimistic self. Thank you.